Good morning. This is the World News in your premium talk radio today, 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. I am Buchi Rafwa. The headlines. President Muhammadu Buhari approves appointment of Justice MB Dongban Mensem as acting president of Court of Appeal. Kano State High Court set aside order of FCT High Court suspending Adams Oshomole as national chairman of APC. And governors of South states announced its plans to launch a regional security outfit. Non-foreigners in South Africa records first case of coronavirus. Now the details. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the appointment of Justice MB Dongban Mensem as the acting president of the Court of Appeal. In a statement by Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, the appointment is expected to be for an initial period of 3 months, with effect from March 6, 2020, when the incumbent president of the Court of Appeal, Honorable Justice Zainab Bukachua, would statutorily retire from service. Justice Mensem, who is the next most senior judge of the Court of Appeal, will be acting pending when a substantive appointment to the position of the President of the Court of Appeal may be made by President Buhari, subject to the confirmation of the Senate. The President's approval of the appointment of Justice Mensem followed the recommendation of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, in line with the provisions of Section 238, 4 and 5 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. The Senate has approved the $22.7 billion loan request of President Muhammadu Buhari after a heated debate. It ended up in a closed session. After the closed-door session, which lasted about 45 minutes, the lawmakers approved the two-item recommendation of the Committee on Local and Foreign Loans, headed by Senator Clifford Ordia. Reports say the senator has resolved the issues that had generated tension during the initial deliberation on the document at the closed session. The President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, assured that the loan would be spent on projects that would have an impact on the lives of Nigerians. Lawan also challenged the various committees of the Senate to ensure strict oversight so that every dollar in the loan would be accounted for. The bulk of the loan is expected to come from the Islamic Development Bank, African Development Bank, the World Bank, and banks from China, Japan, and Germany. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control says a total of 18 suspected cases of coronavirus have been identified as far in the country. The agency disclosed this in its 5th National Situation Report on the virus, following the confirmation of the first case of coronavirus in Nigeria on Thursday last week. According to the report, there is no new confirmed case of the virus in Nigeria, while the 18 people identified as the latest figure as of March 4, 2020. The suspected cases were identified across 3 states of Lagos, Ogun, and Kano, the Federal Capital Territory. Meanwhile, a federal high court in Kano set aside ruling of the FCT High Court suspending the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Adams Oshomole. Justice Louis Alagua, who delivered the ruling, ordered the police and the Department of State Service to provide security for Oshomole to resume in his office. Earlier, the spokesman to Oshomole, Simon Ebebulem, said they had filed for a stay of execution of the order issued by an FCT High Court, and as such, Oshomole remains the chairman of the APC. Ebebulem said they filed 4 grounds of appeal before the Abuja Division of the Court of Appeal, praying for an order to set aside the interlocutory injunction issued by Justice Danlami Senchi of the FCT High Court. And governors of the South state have announced a plan to launch a regional security outfit that will secure the region. And speaking during a meeting in Asaba, the Delta State Governor Ifeanyi Okowa said the move is necessary to address the security challenges facing the oil-rich state. Okowa also said that he and his colleagues in the region deliberated on the resuscitation of the Bayelsa Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Edo, and Delta Brace Commission that will help harmonize policies that will drive the economic cooperation and integration and set member states on a path for rapid economic growth and development. This is coming days after Houses of Assembly in the Southwest passed the bill for the Operation Amotekun. On the outbreak of coronavirus disease COVID-19, the governors called for a meeting of health commissioners in the region to map out preventive measures. The River State Governor, Nyesom Wike, has advised the 2019 Batch A members of the National Youth Service Corps deployed to the state to remain steadfast and committed to the cause of nation building. Governor Wike, who spoke during the passing out burial ceremony at Isaac Borough Park in Port Harcourt, assured of his commitment to the creation of more jobs and empowerment of youth in the state. The governor, who was represented by the Secretary to the state government, Tammy Danagogo, urged the passing out corps members to join hands with all Nigerians in restoring the country to her glorious years. He advised the youth to prepare to surmount emerging challenges in order to build the ideal and enviable Nigeria of the collective dream of every Nigerian. The Nagogo noted that the administration of Governor Nyesom Wike would continue to partner with the NYSS scheme in bridging the gaps in the critical areas of the state, such as education, health, agriculture, rural infrastructure, and service delivery. Earlier, the state's coordinator of NYSC, Chiwendu Chukwu, revealed that out of 2,484 corps members who passed out, one of them has been adjudged worthy to receive the State Honor Award because of her outstanding personal sacrifices and contribution to her host community. Chukwu, while commending the governor for his love and unrelenting support for the NYC, disclosed that 4 corps members will repeat the whole service year, while 10 members will serve extension of the service. Meanwhile, still in River State, the River State government has advised young people in the state to develop more of their internal beauty to stay relevant in the affairs of life. The Secretary to the state government, Tammy Danagogo, gave the advice during a court's visit to his office by the 2019-2020 Face of Culture Nigeria pageant winner, Queen Premier Bristol. In a statement by the head of press in the office of the SSG, Juliana Masi Danagogo, said youth who first develop their educational and internal beauty tends to stand out in many endeavors. He encouraged young people to keep working on themselves by taking their educational pursuits serious. This report says the open balloting exercise for the allocation of shops to traders at Rumuwoja Market is expected to hold today at Obiwali International Conference Center, Port Harcourt. In a statement, the Commissioner for Housing, Elder Chinedu Tasi, who is the chairman Rumuwoja Market Shops Allocation Committee, said the exercise will be for only those whose document on claim of ownership at the Rumuwoja Market had been verified by the committee. A statement which was signed by the Secretary of the Committee, Felix Odungweru, enjoined the affected persons to take note of the activities and reports adequately. Earlier yesterday, some individuals who claimed to be the original shop owners at the Rumuwoja Market staged a protest to Government House against the planned balloting to all categories of shop owners in the market. The aggrieved traders said that they decided to storm the Government House to plead with Governor Nyesom Wike to order the committee to give them back their shops before going ahead to ballot the remaining shops to other interested individuals. The River State government has carried out the demolition of some structures at the Rumokoro area of Port Harcourt. The demolition is to pave way for the construction of the Okoronodu flyover over the by the state government. Our correspondent Tifunai Elbame reported that the demolition was supervised by the Commissioner for Works, Austin Benchoma, and other government officials. The Commissioner said that the demolition is a continuation of the demolition exercise for the construction of the third flyover bridge in the state. He noted that shop owners were earlier notified about the exercise, contrary to claims by some shop owners.
We did was we've given them 3 times demolition notice. Previously, we gave them the first week, he expired, we didn't come. We gave them the second 1 week, it did not also come. Now, this was the third one, we gave them another 1 week. Now, even after the 1 week, the 1 week elapsed on Tuesday this week. We didn't even come on that Tuesday. We now did the radio information to the public that we are going to come on Thursday. We now give them extra 2 days on top of the 1 week we gave them. So it was enough for them because the date we gave to them, if we don't do this, certainly they would ask for more time. And at that point, we won't have any reason not to give them more time. That is why we did what we did. We cannot satisfy all landlords. You can see some of the landlords did not complain, and some complained. So it's for the contractors now to carry out their work with the specification that was given to them. We must do this thing for the construction to commence properly and take.
Meanwhile, the River State government has dismissed allegation that it underpaid the landlords affected by the demolition exercise. The Commissioner for Works, Austin Benchoma, in an interview with Newsman, said the demolished buildings were already marked points and added that the affected persons were paid the actual worth of their losses.
I don't think there is any shady deal. What happened is no matter how you do the evaluation, there will be landlords not being happy with what the valuer has done. So I don't think there's any shady deal. The valuers, they did what they were supposed to do. And just that you cannot satisfy all landlords. You can see some of the landlords did not complain and some complained. I don't think it was any shady deal from the valuers. They did what they were supposed to do. It's just the landlord not being satisfied. And that's what the situation is. So we did the exercise the way it was supposed to have been done. We put a human face to it. There was the original marking that they did. And that is what we paid for. The valuers paid for the original mark, so there's no two standard about it.
Some landlords had claimed that the compensation paid by the state government was not equivalent to the actual losses.
The building that they just brought down, it's a facility that I get an annual revenue of 200,000 naira. But I was just paid a 283,000 naira for it. And I raised it. I raised it to them and I told them that this is not fair. But they said they were doing a professional thing. We are paying him under what he gets just for an annual. I understand that this guy has been coming around so that we could lobby. The place where they put the initial right of way, it's not where they eventually mark because they were paid. When I was invited to the office to be issued my check, I was supposed to be seen to be shown what is written, the value for my property, but they were covering it. So I am rest assured that what I'm paid is under what I am supposed to pay or what I was valued to be.
Some they pay 100,000. My own I want for 107 naira. Which certified with that one now? See as they scatter. Upon the place where the mark, we see we come from there. But they go tell 100,000 for Nigeria. That thing when they scatter the other is more than 100,000. We see and with the block.
I'm also seizing this opportunity to call on the government to look into the welfare of the tenants. Each time a thing of this nature is coming up, we pay operational permit, we pay sanitation levies, name it, to the government.
Commercial bus and taxi drivers operating along Rumokoro Mile 1 Lagos and Chulbo Road have staged a protest over alleged intimidation and extortion by officials of River State's task force on the illegal motor park mechanic and trading. Our correspondent Uchendu Echua, who monitored the protest, report that the leadership of the drivers' union forced other drivers who already had passengers to offload them on the road while deflating the tires of the 14 members. The action of the drivers has left commuters stranded as many were seen trekking far distance. Some of the drivers who spoke to our correspondent alleged that members of the River State Task Force beat them up and chased them away after collecting money from them on a daily basis. A driver said they resolved to stage the protest to draw the attention of Governor Nyesom Wike to the activities of the Task Force members.
You collect money from bus drivers. Now, when you park, they go push us with the motor. When they park motor, they go push us. Say motor run, we go run. When they run, they go use their motor to push us. They break glass. The task force there, they break our glass. So the thing I don't make. So they can say me with a small strike today. Look whether they go fit release us more. Make we feed the war. We consider passenger and I be say everybody go war. Yeah. If our passenger are they supposed to talk this thing, are they supposed to put mouth for this thing? No say now. For Rumokoro, Rupwaku, people are trekking from that place to this place. So it's very bad. All this work, when I work with some people, maybe say they use them, they help with ourselves. Instead of person, instead of go thief, they could do one place, they hustle. They go collect money, pursue you.
Oga say with the first, because this work, not be so governor say make they do the work.
Meanwhile, some passengers who spoke with our correspondents that as Sungo lamented over the suffering they were made to pass through by the action of the commercial drivers.
No buses. I don't know the reason, but my colleague that were coming to that Aizipuro Park, they said since morning it hasn't been easy for them to get buses. That's most of them even trek down to Aizipuro Park. Buses, taxis, and the rest. It's very scarce, and that is the reason why I'm trekking. I'm supposed to have boarded the car. It's not good. I'm not even enjoying it under this hot sun. For someone to be trekking and not just trekking, you see crowd upon the road.
We've been trekking from UST up to this Eminike now. We don't know. Please, the government should do something about it because we are tired and we are just coming back from school learning. After all the stress, we are trekking from there.
We are tired though. We have been trekking since from UST down to Eminike. We don't know what is happening everywhere. Through us, and we just finished learning. The stress is too much. The government should help us so that we can start to move well. We have transport now, but we don't know what is happening. No vehicles.
In the meantime, it appears the leadership of the union drivers in Rumokoro area were not part of the strike by the commercial drivers. The River State chairman of the Drivers Welfare Association told our correspondent, Sandra Kenneth, that the issues being canvassed by the drivers have all been resolved. He was speaking after a meeting with the Rumokoro zonal coordinator of the River State Task Force on roadside trading and illegal motor parks.
I think the whole thing that happened yesterday and today is just I can say I would describe this as intruders. Because those drivers, just as he said, who don't know what other people have suffered to get a place, came and frustrated their whole effort. Right now, it had been a strike, but actually it was not ordered by the state chairman. The state chairman was typically against it because he spoke with the leader, being the task force chairman. And we tried to resolve this matter today. We have already getting the appointed time by 12 o'clock that this matter will be resolved. So as we just come out with it, have been resolved. The issue is that all the request of the driver has been made. The leaders, the other thing is to additionally giving them where they will operate and offloading points so that nobody will harass them again. I think all of us will agree to maintain a status quo.
On his part, the tax force coordinator in Rumokoro Zone, Omar Jerry, said the tax force members are only interested in sanitizing the area and help in return in River State to its Garden City status.
The River State government tax force is here to sanitize. We are not enemies of the states. We are not out. We are educated beings. We all have our certificates and all of them. We are here to make sure we return the Garden City to its normal status. These are issues that comes bit by bit, and as the zonal coordinator here, I stand also as a father and also a leader here to coordinate things and all. So I think basically the issue here is the issue of a mapped out place where these bus drivers are supposed to offload and load, which last week I marked out a place for them to load 4. And some miscreants are trying to hijack the place, and the good ones who are there are maintaining their places. So when the task force comes, we get to impound the excesses there. So I think along the line, one of their members who, in one way or the other, defaulted with the marked out place, and I think that's what's causing the issues, which we've been able to resolve.
You're listening to the World News in Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. After the break, more news, foreign and sports stories. Just stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today 95.1 FM.
Thanks for staying tuned. You're still listening to the World News in Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. 3 persons have been reportedly killed in what appears to be a communal clash between 2 communities in Iche local government area of River State. Our correspondents gather that the Umuchim and Abara communities in Iche have been engaged in a land tussle, leading to all fights amongst the residents. The residents in the Iche A resident in Iche, Gift Oshilem, who confirmed the incident to our correspondent, said that the fight, which initially started with an exchange of punches, later accumulated into a shootout and destruction of properties and ultimately death. However, when contacted, the spokesman of River State Police Command, DSP Namdi Omoni, who confirmed the incident, said only 1 death was recorded in the crisis.
I only heard that there was a crash, and one person was here, there's nothing. Because one incident appears to be in the Abara community, and then one person was killed.
A task force in Ikwere local government area of River State has apprehended a man identified as Ndidi Waliezi for alleged forgery and impersonation. The Revenue Tax Force Committee of Ikwere local government area were on a routine checks on developing sites within Igruta area when Waliezi was caught with forged Ikwere local government council receipts, stamp and letter-headed papers collecting revenue from members of the public. A member of the tax force who confirmed the development to our correspondent said the suspect has been handed over to the police. A correspondent understands that Ndidi Waliesi was immediately arraigned before a magistrate court sitting in Isiokbo community. You will recall that members of the public have in recent times continued to raise alarm over multiple taxation by suspected officials of local government councils, including Ikwere Local Government Council, but the chairman set up revenue taxes community to tackle the issue. And on the foreign scene, South Africa has detected its first case of coronavirus in 38-year-old man who visited Italy with his family. This brings to 27 the number of coronavirus cases reported in Africa. Algeria is worst affected with 17 cases, followed by Senegal with 4. A South African couple who have 2 children were part of a group of 10 who returned from Italy on the 1st of March. The man and doctor who checked him were both in self-isolation. Authorities said a tracer team had been sent to the eastern province of KwaZulu-Natal to identify people who might have been in contact with the man and the doctor. And Senator Elizabeth Warren will end her presidential campaign after a poor showing on Super Tuesday. A favorite of the Liberal left, the Massachusetts senator had been a front-runner in the Democratic field. However, 70-year-old Warren failed to convert early excitement into votes. The Democratic consent to take on President Donald Trump is now seen as a 2-horse race between former Vice President Joe Biden, who is 77-year-old, and Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, who is 78 years old. Warren's endorsements will now be highly sought after by both candidates. Her departure will clear the path for Sanders in particular, now the sole progressive candidate left in the race. On entertainment, Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, has been detained in a federal custody after turning himself in following his indictment for failing to register as a sex offender. A 41-year-old was convicted for first-degree attempted rape 25 years ago in New York and has served 4 years. He was ordered to register as a sex offender after his release, but he failed to re-register when he moved to California in July 2019. He's now facing charges for failure to register and faces a maximum of 10 years in prison if convicted. In 2006, Petty pleaded guilty to first-degree manslaughter in the 2002 fatal shooting of Lamont Robinson and was sentenced to 10 years in jail, but was released in 2013 after serving 7 years. To end the news, here is a summary of the major stories. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the appointment of Justice MB Dongban Mensem as the acting president of the Court of Appeal. A Kano State High Court has set aside an order of an FCT High Court suspending Adams Oshiomhole as the national chairman of the APC. And the governors of South State have announced plans to launch a regional security outfit that will secure the region. But on the foreign scene, South Africa has recorded its first case of coronavirus. That was the news edited by Uchendu Ejo. For comments and inquiries, please call 081-5341-8657 or 081-4434-3502. Send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. You can also read our stories on www.todayfmlive.com. Thanking you for listening. I am Buchira Fwa. Good morning.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Welcome to Returns Market Investment Nigeria Limited, a financial home that has impacted lives and given meaning to every life and home and companies with values using the international capital market business for the past 3 years in Port Harcourt. Returns Market Investment Nigeria Limited is strictly into the international capital market business that delivers 10% returns on investment monthly with a minimum startup capital of 300,000 naira and a maximum capital of 100 million naira. If you are looking for 100% security of your funds and constant delivery of your returns on investment, then think Returns Market Investment Nigeria Limited. Contact our head office today at number 33B, Rumola Stadium Link Road, Port Harcourt, Rivers State, or our branch office at number 10 NTA Road, Rumokuta Checkpoint Junction, Port Harcourt, Rivers State, or call us now on 0903 652 7708. You can also visit our website at www.returnsinvestmentnigerialimited.com.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people. Radio has never been this good. Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio. 95.1 FM.
Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
95.1 FM, voice of the people.
And we're back.
Beautiful morning to you. We have Odibola Property in the studio with us. Geraldine is here. She is looking beautiful. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Same here.
So what does Odibola Property have for us today?
Okay, good morning, listeners. Yeah, it's Geraldine again. I've been announcing about our latest promo, which are Invest and Travel 2020, where all you have to do is get 1 plot from our Quiet Heaven Layout Phase 2. But there has been an addition to that.
Oh, really?
Because, yes, some people were like, why we have a property that is 850,000. So they'll be like, what if I get 3 of these? Can't I still? So yes, you can actually get 3 plots from our Treasure View layout. Yes, 3 plots still qualifies you for same trip. For those that love the other area and still don't want to invest in this side, because it'll be like, I think I prefer here.
Yeah.
Because it's about 10 minutes drive.
Okay.
Yeah, but
okay.
business inclined people take the one closer to the airport. While some people are like, I don't want to be so close, but I still want to be close. Then they go for Treasure View. So either of the property, one plot in Quiet Heaven Layout Phase 2 qualifies you for the trip, and 3 plots in Treasure View Layout qualifies you for same trip. So for those that are interested, you want to see the property, like we always have our inspections on Wednesdays and on Saturdays. Like tomorrow we'll be going to see the property, and those are not the only property we have. Those are the only properties on promo. But we have property, our Glory Cottage is at Obirikwere, which most of you that have used Obirikwere Road, you must see a fine, very fine fence from the road. That's our Glory Cottage. Then
that's Odibola's.
Yes,
wow.
that's Odibola. And once you pass the OPM church, you see like a fenced place is Odibola property, like very long fence. So for those that can drive down there, you can see it for yourself. Then we have at Abacha Road, we have building terrace apartment, 4-bedroom apartment going for 55 million. For those that are like, I want to stay around GRA, I love the neighborhood and stuff like that. Yeah, we have terrace apartment, 4-bedroom terrace apartment for 55 million. Then also we have properties in other places, but it's only when you come to the office or give us a call on the number 070-6452-5131. Sorry, the number again, 070-6452-5131. Call the number or send I am interested to same number. We will take you through our property, and tomorrow you can get to see these things for yourself. Let's not just be we are describing how the place is. This time you get to see it at no extra charge. Highest we are going to charge is interest form, that's 2,000. Apart from that, the price for the property remains the price for the property. You're not paying for any other documentation. Once you make your payments, you get your deed of conveyance, and your registered survey plan given to you. So we're not asking you to pay for that separately. They are all in the property you're acquiring. Yes. So tomorrow we're expecting you to come. Those that can come to our office today, our office is located at Inyewale Insirim Layout, Tombia Extension, GRA Phase 3, immediately after the Liverpool Hotel. Just ask that you're going to Odibola House, and I'm sure people there will direct you to our property.
Just a quick one. Can they pay in installments, or that's when, if you're interested, you guys have that discussion?
Yes, we actually have payment package because we know that not everybody can afford to pay at once. Make an outright payment. So we have payment package for different properties, depending on the one you are going. We have for 3 months, we have for 6 months. So it depends on which of the property you are going for and how many plots you want to acquire. So for like 850, we have can pay the certain amount down payment and can spread the rest for 3 months.
All right,
so we make it flexible for those that really want to acquire the property. Yes.
That's nice. So the numbers again, please.
Okay, please send "I am interested" or call the number 070 6452 5131. The number again, 070 6452 5131, and book an inspection with us for tomorrow, because I'm very sure you might have time tomorrow. So just take the step, come out and see this property, because most people keep procrastinating. I'll do it next week, I'll do it next tomorrow.
Tomorrow is another day.
Yes, and we're in March already. All those are like, I'll come January now, February now, March. Before you know it's December. So stop waiting and sitting at home. Just
stop procrastinating.
Exactly.
Come out and acquire that property you want to acquire. And you're not just acquiring the property, there are promos attached to it. So take a trip, just a free trip to Dubai. Everything is covered apart from your shopping.
Exactly. Because I'm not sure, because when some people come like, I want that bag, I want this, it will start buying for everybody.
You pay for that one you're buying, but accommodation, feeding, and the rest is
feeding, everything.
That's
is
nice.
Us. Yes.
All right, that's from Odibola Property. Geraldine, thank you so much for being here. Have a beautiful morning. Stay tuned. The Sports Gang is up next.
Let's talk football. Let's talk football.
What a devastating strike!
Football is a leisure game.
Sports is actually my job.
Football is boring.
That's not true. It's way more important than that.
What a wonderful goal! Fantastic strike!
As far as I'm concerned, sports is all about passion.
Sports Attack, weekdays 7:30 a.m. and Today Sports Live 3 p.m. Weekends 1 p.m. to 6 p.m.
For all you need to know in the world of sports, leave the dial on Today 95.1 FM.
Hi everyone, my name is Ese Brume, Commonwealth and African long jump champion. You're listening to Sports Attack on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Don't touch that dial.
Yes, good morning and welcome to the weekend edition of Sports Attack on your premium news token sports radio station, Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. It's Friday, the 6th day of March 2020. My name is Victor Oriai and I will be directing proceedings on the show this morning. On the menu, I've got interesting stories from boxing, wrestling, athletics, and plenty of football. So let's get the show on the way. Let's start with wrestling, where National Wrestling head coach Purity Aku has tipped Commonwealth champion Odunayo Adekuroye to win gold for Nigeria at this year's Olympics in Tokyo, Japan. The six-time African champion and current world number 2 is the only Nigerian wrestler to qualify for the Olympics ahead of the Africa Oceania Olympics qualifiers next week in Morocco. In an exclusive chat with Sports Attack, Coach Purity Aku says the Nigerian Wrestling Federation, the sports ministry and the coaching crew are working hard to make the dream come true.
I've been working with Odunayo Adekuroye since the beginning when she started wrestling. I brought her to, she was formerly in athletics and in our own capacity, we are fully equipped. The president of the Nigerian Wrestling Federation is an Olympic gold medal. He knows what it takes. Also trained under him as an UWW educator, and all that it takes, we're going to give it humanly possible for Odunayo to break this knot. And I really appreciate the ministry that they are coming up with so many ideas, sponsoring, encouraging athletes. So with all this around us, I think we'll break the knot this time. With what I believe in God, and I believe in hard working, I believe in sincerity with the job. I think it's good. I don't go for less.
The Delta State-born coach also recalled his discovery of the global wrestling star who started with athletics. Let's listen to him one more time.
I've been working with Odunayo Adekuroye since the beginning when she started wrestling. I brought her to, she was formerly in athletics and because she wanted to travel to leave Ondo State to travel to other states, and I told her if she can join wrestling, I will take her, I will encourage her with that. And she took to that and she changed to wrestling. That was it. So since then, I've been working with her.
In athletics, former Nigerian African track queen Mary Onyali, who is also the special advisor to the Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Dare, has expressed the need for athletes to be mentally fit at all times. Onyali, who won the bronze medal at the 4x100 meter relay at the 1992 Olympic Games and in the 200 meters at the 1996 Olympic Games, says if the athletes get all the physical training but are not mentally ready, it would be a waste of resources.
It's also included in the welfare. But if that athlete is not in the right frame of mind as far as personal issues, we get to, at the elite stage of an athlete going to the Olympics, for example, you go beyond just training Monday to Friday, eating right, sleeping right. You have to go as deep as their psyche. You have to know these athletes in and out and be able to relate with them on that level. Because if you give them all the workouts in the world, the best workout in the world to get to the Olympics, and they are not mentally ready to do those workouts and absorb them properly, you'll be wasting your time and your money.
Over now to boxing, where Dylan White has hinted he could unleash a new knockout punch on Alexander Povetkin despite earning a reputation for his devastating left hook. The British heavyweight has accepted a high-risk showdown with Povetkin in Manchester on the 2nd of May as he works towards a WBC mandatory title fight. White has delivered knockouts against Derek Chisora and Lucas Brown with his left hook, which is also a potent weapon for Povetkin, and the body snatcher, as he's called, intends to alter his destructive tactics for the Russian. Quoting him, he says, "I think it's time I showed someone else something. I showed something else to my game now. Everyone knows the left hook and stuff, and they'll be watching. Hopefully they are working on that and watching out for that. When I bring something else and it's lights out, then they will be like, oh wow, actually he's got a right hand or an uppercut. We'll see." Well, that's all on other sports. Sports Attack will go on a quick break. When we return, it will be time to serve you all the big football stories you've been waiting for. Welcome back. Let's talk NPFL, where Rivers United coach Stanley Eguma says his team will do everything possible to ensure they grab all 3 points against FC Ifeanyi on Sunday in Port Harcourt. Eguma's men face the Anambra Warriors in one of the March Day 23 NPFL matches on Sunday at the Yakubu Gowon Stadium as they hope to consolidate their position on the log. In an exclusive chat with Sports Attack, Eguma said all hands are on deck to ensure the good run continues against Ifeanyi.
The game is an important game. Ifeanyi is a team too that are proving to be very tough in the league. they will turn out some results, both home and away, good results. So we are going to be working very hard towards that game to ensure that we get the 3 maximum points. It's an important game for us. Having come back from Owerri with a win, we need to consolidate by winning that game, and that is why we have to work above our capacity to ensure that victory is assured. So we are not taking it kindly. The players are focused. The management is also working very hard to ensure that no stone is left unturned. We in the technical crew, we are also brainstorming and working very hard towards achieving success in that game. It's a very important game to us.
In the meantime, Wiki Tourist coach Usman Abdallah says his side's clash with Leaders Plateau United will be a difficult one. After a hard-fought 1-0 win against Nasarawa United on Sunday, Abdallah will hope to make it back-to-back wins when they face high-flying Plateau United in Bauchi. In a chat with Sports Attack, the former Aimba coach says he is hopeful of a win against Plateau on Sunday.
We already know that we are not going to get that much easy because Plateau are desperate to get the title this year, and they are on top with 40 points. But all the same, we're preparing very well. We hope to get these 3 points at home. As you know, we're also desperate to be safe, to get out of the relegation zone and be comfortable. So they are not also going to get this match so easy. So I think the match will be explosive, and a lot of anxiety will be in the match. But at the end of the day, we hope to be the winners of that match. By the grace of God, we're going to get the 3 points at the end of Sunday's match.
To match the 23 fixtures to expect this weekend, Adamawa United will face Warri Wolves. Dakara FC will be up against Heartland FC. Jigawa Golden Stars will tackle Nakwara United. Lobby Stars would face Kano Pillars. MFMFC would face Rangers International. It will be Nasarawa United up against Katsina United. Rivers United right here at Yakubu Gowon Stadium would face FC Ifeanyi. Sunshine Stars would battle Abia Warriors. Wicked Tourists will be up against Plateau United. And the game between Akwa United and Enyimba has been postponed because Enyimba right now they will be traveling to Conakry to face Oroya AC in the second leg of the quarterfinals of the CAF Confederations Cup on Sunday by 5 p.m. The first leg did end 1-1, and Enyimba will be hoping that they will get the job done right there in Guinea to progress to the next stage of the competition. To the Nigerian Super Eagles we go, where newly invited Super Eagles forward Cyril Dessers says he was in cloud 9 after earning his first international call-up to the Nigerian national team. The Yakuza Almelo Volan striker was included in Gerard Roll's 24-man squad released on Wednesday for the 2021 African Cup of Nations qualifying fixture against the Leone Stars of Sierra Leone this month. Dessers, who has scored 15 goals in 25 Dutch top-flight outings this season, said he is honored and proud and can't wait to wear the national team jersey. Quoting him, he says, so honored and proud, can't wait to wear the green-white jersey and meet the team. The 25-year-old posted on his Twitter handle. The Super Eagles will host the Leone Stars on the 27th of March in the qualifier before heading to Freetown for the return leg at the Siaka Stevens Stadium 4 days later. To the European scene, we go to Tottenham midfielder Eric Dyer's conversation with supporters after Wednesday's defeat to Norwich in the FA Cup is being investigated by the FA. Dyer was filmed jogging around along the touchline at full time before leaping over the advertising hoardings and then clambering over seats before appearing to target one person who he was unable to reach as other supporters became involved. Jose Mourinho suggested Dyer had reacted to insults towards a family member at full time and defended his reaction, although said it was not professional. In UEFA, Michel Platini's ban from football was justified, said the European Court of Human Rights, ECHR, after rejecting the ex-UEFA president's appeal. Platini and former FIFA counterpart Sepp Blatter were found guilty in 2015 of ethics breaches over a £1.3 million disloyal payment. The Frenchman was initially given an 8-year ban, which was eventually reduced to 4 on appeal. The ECHR said the sanction did not appear excessive or arbitrary. The 64-year-old Platini resigned from his role as UEFA president in 2016 after his appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sports was rejected, although the length of the sanction was reduced to 4 years, having already been cut to 6 in February that year. However, the fine of 60,000 Swiss francs remained, which Platini said in October he would not be paying until ECHR's ruling had been issued. To the FA Cup, where Manchester United striker Johnny Gallo says he doesn't care what anybody says about his surprise move to Old Trafford after his 2 goals ensured an all Premier League FA Cup quarter-final lineup and comfortable win at Derby County. January signing Igalo again showed why his shock acquisition in January may yet prove to be shrewd business with 2 smart finishes to book a tie with Norwich at Carrow Road later this month. The 30-year-old has now scored 3 goals from 2 starts and he has overshadowed the reunion with United's all-time leading goal scorer Wayne Rooney at Pride Park. Igalo said, "As long as my teammates believe in me, the boss believes in me, and the fans believe in me, I just have to keep going. I don't care what anyone says. We want to keep the momentum going and make sure we do great this season." The results of games played in the FA Cup, well, Derby County lost to Manchester United 3-0. It did end. And in the Spanish Copa del Rey, Granada were 2-1 winners over Athletic Bilbao, while Saint Etienne defeated Rennes 2-1. Over now to fixtures to expect this weekend. Tomorrow in the Premier League, Liverpool will be up against AFC Bournemouth at Anfield. Arsenal will face West Ham United. Crystal Palace will be up against Watford. Sheffield United will do battle with Norwich City. Southampton would face Newcastle United, and Wolverhampton Wanderers would tackle Brighton and Hove Albion, while Burnley would face Tottenham Hotspur. And then Sunday, it will be Chelsea up against Everton. And the big one will see Manchester United lock horns with Manchester City, while Monday Night Football sees Leicester City up against Aston Villa. In the Spanish La Liga, later today, Deportivo Alaves will face Valencia, and on Saturday to be Eibar up against Mallorca. Atletico Madrid will face Sevilla. Barcelona will tackle Real Sociedad. Getafe will be up against Celta Vigo. And on Sunday, Osasuna will do battle with RCD Espanyol. Real Valladolid will face Athletic Bilbao. Levante will face Granada. Villarreal will be up against Leganés. Real Betis will do battle with Real Madrid. And in the Italian Serie A, hopefully these games don't get postponed, but tomorrow, Genoa will be up against Parma. Torino will face Udinese. Atalanta will tackle Lazio. Spal will be up against Cagliari. And on Sunday, to be Fiorentina up against Brescia. Verona will face Napoli. Inter Milan will play Sassuolo. Bologna will face Juventus, and Roma will be up against Sampdoria, while Lecce will be up against AC Milan. Well, all the Serie A matches this weekend will be played behind closed doors over fears of coronavirus. In the Bundesliga later tonight, SC Paderborn will be up against FC Cologne, and tomorrow will be Bayern Leverkusen up against Eintracht Frankfurt. Schalke 04 will tackle Hoffenheim. Hertha Berlin will do battle with Werder Bremen. Freiburg will face FC Union Berlin. Wolfsburg will face RB Leipzig, and Borussia Mönchengladbach will be up against Borussia Dortmund. While on Sunday, Bayern Munich will face Augsburg, and Mainz 05 will be up against Fortuna Düsseldorf. In the French Ligue 1, Marseille will face Amiens. On Saturday, to be Strasbourg up against Paris Saint-Germain. Angers will face Nantes. Dijon up against Toulouse. Metz will do battle in Nîmes. Nice will be up against Monaco. Reims will face Brest. And on Sunday, to be Saint-Etienne versus Bordeaux. Rennes versus Montpellier, and Lille versus Lyon. But that's the much we can take on Sports Attack this morning. The show was put together by Emeka Dena. My name is Victor Oriaya. We'll be back with the rest of the crew after the news update at 3 p.m. for today's Sports Live. Until then, do have a great day and lift the dial on Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Radio has never been this good. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people. Radio has never been this good. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Well, it's your premium talk news and sports radio station, Today 95.1 FM. I'm Victoria and I'm right here in the studio with my very good friend from Winners Trading Global, Mr. Stephen Ogechi. Good morning to you.
And I say good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning this morning, all my fans.
I tell you, it's always great to have you in the studio.
It's always good to see you, Victor.
So what do you have for us today?
Now, I want to start by telling everybody hearing the sound of my voice this morning that it's another beautiful day, another opportunity to get better at what you do. That means don't give up. Don't do what? Don't give up. Now, today, I'll be talking to you about Forex. But before I talk about Forex, I need to tell you about success and failure and yourself. What is success? Success is something we do, a deliberate step we take every day to achieve a particular target over a period of time. Something we do in order to succeed, in order to achieve our target. But when you now ask people, what is failure? They always tell you that failure is the opposite of success. But I say no. success has a way of affecting failure. Why do I say that? Failure is not the opposite of success. Rather, it is your stepping stone to success. It's something that's supposed to awaken you to your failures. It's something that's supposed to awaken you that you need to actually do certain things in a certain way to succeed. Remember, I keep saying it that you can't become rich doing certain things, but you can become rich doing certain things in a certain way. I learned this from my boss and mentor, Mr. Yurele Zago. But now, listen. Failure is meant to spur you to greatness, not spoil. Spur, S-P-U-R-R. It's meant to push you to greatness. What am I saying? The moment you do something and you don't get it right, you're supposed to sit down, think about it, and look at it and start all over again. Hey, according to Richard Branson, he says that do not be afraid of your failure, of the things you don't do right, but rather sit down, look at your mistakes, start all over from beginning, and do it again and again and again, and you will succeed. Now, what am I saying? I am saying stop making the same mistake again and again and again. For you to succeed, you must change the things you are doing. You must change your patterns.
Okay.
Why are people not succeeding in life? Number one, some of them like to go around with liabilities. If you keep going around with liabilities, things that take away money from your pocket, sir, you might not succeed. Chase assets. Assets are those things that increases how much you have in your account. Now, most men also fail because they are disobedient to human and natural laws. Human laws, the one human beings put. Each time you disobey them, they will not give you what you want. Why? Because you failed. Now, natural laws. Anytime you go against natural laws, sir, I tell you, the universe will give you the opposite of what you did. Meaning, each time you do something wrong, the universe will give you exactly what you deserve. That is why I told you last time. I said, look, if you want to be rich, learn to give. If you want to be rich, learn to invest. If you want to be rich, don't be saving money. Rather, invest. Because the rich invest and the poor do what, sir? They save. I said, if you want to live long on earth, what do you do, sir? I said, respect your wife, number one, honor her. I also said, respect your parents and honor them. Two of us, sir. I also said, respect the elderly ones and honor them, and you will live long. And I said, if you want to be poor, what do you do, sir? Be a mediocre. Don't invest. Keep laughing at every opportunity you see. Hey, don't do what rich people are doing. But I keep telling you that wealth creation is a science, an actual science. What does that mean? It means that if you do exactly what the other man did, you will succeed. Okay, for example, go to a chemistry lab, or a physics lab. If two people are standing by my side and they are looking at what I'm doing and they do exactly what I'm doing, sir, what would they get, sir? The same result. Why?
Definitely.
Because it is an actual science. The same thing with wealth creation. So it boils down to you doing something that somebody who is succeeding is doing. If you do the same thing, you will get the same result. What am I saying? I am saying stop depending on your parents. Stop depending on your uncles, your aunties, those people who are in position. Listen, they will do their own first before they will remember you. They do that of their children before yours. What do? Get up, do something different. Learn a skill set, add it to your certificate. Stop complaining about everything. About Buhari, about the economy, about this, about that person who didn't help you, about that man who didn't help you. Hey, I have somebody who didn't help me. He didn't help me. If you put that thing in the hand of people to help you, they will never help you. Get up, do something different. Now, for those who listen to the sound of my voice that are working, I tell you, if you're a banker, one day they might sack you. You might sign into the system and you won't be able to sign into the system. Why? Because they've sacked you. It's not yours. But you can learn a skill set. Sit down in your house, cross your leg, be taking trades that I'll be sending every single day. Or do you want to learn it? We have a lovely place now at Artillery. If you're coming from Air Force, it's by 2nd Artillery. If you're coming from Rumukrushi, it's by 1st Artillery. Now, it's a 2-story building, white in color, just after NDLEA. Now, we teach you how to trade forex, morning and evening. Now, we also teach you during the weekends, every Saturday and Sunday by 2 p.m. What are you still waiting for? Are you still giving excuses? I call them excusities. keep giving excuses. Is that reason? Hey, I didn't go to school. That's why I don't have certificate. That's why I can never become rich in life. No, sir, you lie. Because there is no correlation between working hard and becoming wealthy. Therefore, there's no correlation between having certificate and becoming wealthy. You don't need certificate to become wealthy. That's the truth. but do what others are doing. Create value for others. The more you reduce the price of goods and services, or value you create for others, more people will come. The more people that comes, the more money you make. Simple. Now, multiply the same thing again and again and again. Add discipline to it. Sir, with time, you will become very wealthy. So what am I saying? I am saying, change the way you think. Now, learn a skill set like Forex. Forex is the largest financial market in the world where the rich, even the poor, go to trade and change the way they earn. This will add more sources of income to your income. Hey, who am I talking to? I'm talking to those who work, that are not satisfied with how much they make, those who are currently trading, that are not making money, those who are students, those who are dependents, those who don't even have any sort of income. Hey, don't give up. Your miracle is not on the way. It's already here. Get up. Come learn it. How do you do that? How do you participate? Like tomorrow, Victor, by 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
We'll be showing people our result, showing them one or two things about themselves, why they've been failing and why they can succeed. Hey, it is by 10 in the morning at Winners Trading Global, just at Artillery. Now, it's going to be happening by 10 in the morning. Who can participate? Anybody can. Meaning, you can be a man, you can be a woman, you can even be a man-woman joined together. Please come around. Don't be shy. We don't discriminate. SMS the word hi to this phone number, then we'll reserve a seat for you. 00 36 89 23 60. SMS the word hi and we'll reserve a seat for you. What are we doing tomorrow? We are showing you some of our results in Forex. So, because, sir, no matter how you doubt Forex, when you see this result in live accounts, only a madman will argue with results. But when you see them, you will notice the truth. And then we tell you things about you that you have been doing wrongly. The quality of your thinking determines the quality of your actions. And the quality of your actions determines the quality of your results. You can change your results. Now, to participate, SMS the word hi and we'll reserve a seat for you. It is absolutely free. You don't need to pay any money to join us tomorrow. Just come with an Android phone or a writing material. Who am I talking to? Anybody hearing the sound of my voice. Are you a taxi driver? Did you go to school? You didn't go to school? Are you a young person? Are you a daddy? Are you a grandpa? Are you a grandma? Are you dependent on somebody? Hey, SMS the word hi and we'll be expecting you tomorrow. Remember, if you learn this skill set, you can be earning from $5 every day to about $25 every single day. As we are teaching you, we are showing you how to copy and paste. That means, like my trade I joined this morning now.
Yeah.
I'm making just a little bit below $100, about $90-something as of this morning. Wow. Now, as you are copying what I'm doing,
while you're here in the studio,
yes. As you are copying what I'm doing and you are pasting it in your own trade, you'll be making some more money. My plan for you every day is just $5 to about $25 every day. As you are making this money, it is your money. Remember, you can withdraw this money into your account and spend it. It's your money. But hey, I keep advising my students, as you are making money, learn to invest because of tomorrow. Now, SMS the word hi and we'll reserve a seat for you. 080 36 89 23 60. Now, those of you working in the bank, that was why I had to resign in 2012, because I noticed that if you are counting money from people, it's not the best. You need to stand at the other side and let them count money for you. Remember, if you are persistent, you will know it. If you are consistent, you not only know it, but you keep it. So I'll be showing you how to do it. Now, there are people who also work and they don't have time. I will introduce you to the robot, one of the robots I use. Very good. You can use that one. Hey, it's hands-free. All you just need to do is SMS the word one, and I will text you the detail about that one. Now, for those of you that are already trading, and you are so shy, you don't want people to know that you've not been doing very well, and you want to be taking as signals. Okay, just SMS the word two, and we'll answer you. But those who will be participating tomorrow, that will join us tomorrow, I want you to please SMS the word hi to this phone number, and we'll reserve a seat for you. 00 36 89 23 60. Now, tomorrow by 10 in the morning, just at Artillery. Second Artillery if you come from Air Force. Then first Artillery if you're coming from Rumukurushi.
Yeah.
It will be happening by 10 in the morning. We'll be showing you our results and the reason why you need to have other sources of income to your humble self. Remember, it is not that old woman in the village that is doing you. No, not that witch. It is not that person you've been talking about that is the problem. No. You are the greatest problem you have. If you want to see the greatest problem you have, look at the mirror. Anybody you see there is the greatest problem. The moment you conquer that yourself, you will become great. Remember, there is greatness in anybody hearing the sound of my voice. But you need to start by realizing where you are and get tired of it and decide to move to the next what? Level. How do you do that? Associate with people who are succeeding. I keep telling you, if you want to be a millionaire, associate yourself with what, sir? Millionaires. Do what they are doing. You want to be a billionaire? Associate yourself with what? Billionaires. And do what they are doing. By His grace, I have about 5 of them who are my friends. But guess what, sir? Once in a while, I call one of them, I go to him, I see what he's doing, and I try to replicate what he's doing. That's why I said, not before 50 years, by His grace, I will get there. If I don't get there, I will nearly get there. It's the truth. Start now. Don't start tomorrow. Start now, because the future is not from tomorrow, it's from today.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Stephen Ogechi from Winners Trading Global. I tell you, this is Friday motivation. What a way to start your day. Hearing this was, but be a part of that training tomorrow. Winners Trading Global, just say SMS the word hi. I'll leave you to call the numbers again, this time slowly, so everyone out there could get to hear it. I mean, if you want to learn Forex, don't just be living your life that way. Learn a skill set, and Forex could just be that skill set. So do well to send the word hi to that number 0036 89 23 60. I'll take it one more time. 0036 89 23 60. If you want a private class, still talk to us. We know what to do. And if you don't have time during the week, we have evening classes by 5. Okay. Morning classes by 10 in the morning. So regardless of your schedule, there's something to fit in for everyone. Yes. And during the weekend, we also have classes for those who don't have time. Massive. So it means that you no longer have any excuse not to succeed. Remember, there is greatness in all of you. You can succeed. How do you do that, sir? Begin now to live your dream. Remember, Today FM 95.1 is one of the best Southeast, South. Don't even try to change that dial. Thank you so much, Stephen Ogechi from Winners Trading Global. It's your premium talk, news, and sports radio station, Today 95.1 FM. Good morning.
Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people. Radio has never been this good. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Dirigbosa.